Hello everyone, my name's Adrian and today we're going to be learning to draw a self-portrait. Now my brother made another video about drawing a cat that should be uploaded on this channel as well. And basically we're going to make one video, but we decided on two different things that we're going to draw, so I'm doing self-portraits. Now before we start looking at tutorials and learning basically how to draw specific things, I want to just give it a shot myself and see the best drawing I can make before I learn these skills, you know. So right now I'm just going to, about 30 seconds of video, I'm just going to show me drawing my first draft, if you will call it that, of a self-portrait, and we'll see how it improves from the beginning of the video to the end. So hopefully you enjoy it. Let's get started. First we need to get the materials. So you just saw my basically first attempt at this thing without any tutorials, and you saw this is how it turned out. So pretty average. The thing is, I didn't record this though, unfortunately. A bit after I did a tutorial by myself, because I thought I'd just give it a try before I recorded it, and it actually turned out pretty well, and I kind of regret not recording it. But here it is. So for some reason, this doesn't actually look like me, but these photos, in a way, they do look similar, if you know what I mean. But right now, I'm just going to basically use the same tutorial and basically draw a good portrait again using the tutorial. I'm going to go through it with you this time, so let's just pretend this never happened. But it'll probably be better than this since I already done it before. But this time, I'm going to try to get it looking more like myself actually, and I can see myself in the camera, so that helps me a lot. But I'm also going to be playing the tutorial through here, so you can also watch it for yourself. I'll link this, I'll put a link on the screen. I'll also maybe put it in the description so you can watch this video. This one's like the most popular one I can find on YouTube, so you know, it's not like anything specific, it's just a very broad explanation. After this, maybe I'll try watching something more specific, like how to draw a nose, or like how to draw eyes better, or like how to show expression, or you know, how to draw yourself better. You know, the list goes on. But first we're just going to start with the basic tutorial, and I'm going to draw just a basic portrait using these skills, and I'll mention each one, so I'll stop and tell you what I'm doing for each step. So let's begin. So first, you can't see that, we're just going to draw a circle for the face. So I'm just going to do that.
Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again.
So I just finished drawing this circle, and I also drew a line across and through it, so made like a plus basically. And I'm just going to continue the video. So for this part, basically what we have to do is we have to draw a line for the chin, the same distance this line is. So now we have to just draw a line through the middle. So as you can probably see there, you might not be able to see what she wrote, but basically we did around 5 lines, one for each part of the face. So the top one got to be hair, second one's got to be eyes, the nose and lips. So I've just labeled each thing. So I just drew the eyes and the eyelids. This took me around 5 minutes to get. Literally I had to change it 5 times. because the reason for this is because these little details can literally change the expression of the face so much. I realized that with the last one, like these little eyelids, like when you like draw a portrait, you know, something just makes it look like realistic. These are the things. I still gotta add the pupils, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So I've just finished up the eyes and the eyebrows. Now the eyebrows, for me, it's just so hard to get them to look exactly the same. And make sure you leave a decent gap between your eyes and your eyebrows, because last time I did it and it was pretty much like stuck onto my eyes. But it's definitely looking a lot better, and they look pretty much the exact same. And also when you're coloring them in, just color them in. Don't just like color them wherever, like really dark. Actually, you know, like draw them sideways, because that's how your eyebrows will actually be, and actually it does make it look better at the end. So anyway, we'll move on. Finally, I finished the nose. Definitely the hardest part. I do not know how I fluked this first time. But basically the nose, I'm trying to get it to look as much as myself, and I have a pretty like big, and it's like weird like crooked shaped nose, like sharp edges, so it's very hard to do. But the hardest part is this bottom part. It's like either it looks really good, really realistic, or it just looks like two little holes on like two little circles, you know? So that's definitely the hardest part, 100%. So now the tutorial's already switched off. That's how long I've been doing it. I think it took me around 20 minutes to do it. But now I'm guessing, yeah, we're drawing the mouth now. And so we've got to start getting rid of all these pieces. But so far, I'd say it's looking pretty good. And I reckon it's looking a little bit more like me, as long as I can get the head shape right. And the ears, which is also quite difficult. So we continue. Finally finished the ears. It actually looks pretty good, I'd say. You know, I don't want to waste any time. Let's just go on with this. Might be getting a bit long, because later on I still want to just finalize the each feature of the face. Just saying, we've got to be using this actual drawing and basically just fixing it until it's perfect. So I'm just going to be working on it today, maybe a bit tomorrow, and hopefully until I feel like it's ready and it looks the most as possible as it could as me. So anyway, now I think we just got to finish up. We just got to rub out all the lines, add the neck, maybe add some texturing around the jaw, and actually make the jaw, because right now the jaw is just basically the free rugged lines that we started from at the beginning. So I want to like change it a bit and make the face a bit wider. So maybe actually I should have done the ears, but we'll see. So after around an hour and a half, I finally finished the drawing. I will be adding to this later on in the clip, in this video, and I'll show you the differences and basically each step I went through to get the best piece I could possibly get. So I'd say it looks pretty good. The only thing, I'm still struggling with the head shape to get it like wider in the middle, but I'd say it looks pretty similar to me in a way. Maybe the nose I'll try and make a bit maybe wider and pointier, but I'm pretty happy with the result. So yeah, let's move on. Hello everyone, now it's the next day and you saw what I've done yesterday. This is what I got to. So today I'm not going to be watching a tutorial. Well, I will later, but first I'm just going to fix up any things I want to change. So I might make, for example, the face a bit wider in the middle, and I might like put the mouth down or something like that. I'm just going to be fixing that for like 30 minutes. I'll record a short part for that. And then we're just going to be adding textures. So I will watch a tutorial, so I'll be adding textures. I might change a few things to make it look realistic, since I've only watched 1 or 2 tutorials, and I'll watch a more specific one and a more like advanced one. So that's going to be today. We're trying to get this as advanced as possible. It'll be the last part of the video, and hopefully you enjoy. So let's start the time lapse. So just a quick update before we move on. As you can see, or you probably won't be able to tell, but I've moved the lips down and I think I made them look a bit more like mine. Maybe I need to make the bottom lip a bit not as thick, but now I'm just going to add the wider structure around the middle of my face, because I don't know, like no matter how much I change it, it just seems like my face is just so much wider than this. And I've made the hair a bit wider on the sides, which looks a bit more like my hair, but I might watch a few videos on how to draw hair, so I might need to change it. So I didn't want to work with it, or like I don't want to change anything drastically, because I might end up just changing the whole thing later. So this is what I got so far. Now let's just continue to make the face, and then we'll watch a more advanced video and hopefully try and improve this even more. So I've just finished the face. I think it's starting to look a lot more like me. Maybe I should make the chin a bit different, or maybe a bit pointier. I'm not sure. I might change that, but I think it's good and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna leave it there. Now we just gotta move on to adding textures, maybe changing the hair, adding things to the eyes, nose, maybe change the nose, because that's the only part that doesn't really look like mine. Like somehow I need to make it look pointy. The only thing with this part of the nose, it's like it's so hard to get right, and once I got it right, I just didn't want to touch it because I'm afraid it's just gonna look weird, because if you just do it slightly different, it's just gonna look like two dots. So you gotta be very careful, and it's very hard to get my nose a bit more pointy, maybe, you know, or a bit more wide. So maybe I'll do that, but I think we're just gonna move on to the next part, which is just texturing and finishing it off. So let's get started.
Prepare to die.
So I've just been doing this for around 30 minutes. It took a lot of hard work, but I think it really paid off. So first things first, as you can see, the eyes have much more detail. I actually rubbed the other ones out and decided to make them bigger. With this eye, I might have to make it a little bit smaller, because I just realized now it's a bit big towards the bottom of it, but that's a quick fix and I shouldn't have to rub too much out. So the eyes look really good now. I added some shading around them. I've also I changed the lips a bit, and I shaded the lips a bit. I definitely think they look better. Now I was a bit worried about doing this, but I had to change the nose to make it look wider. And now I think it actually looks quite similar to me, so definitely really happy with the nose. I also made the jaw a bit different. The only thing is the ears. That really, you know, the ears are quite difficult to do, but I don't know. I might give them a shot, or I might just leave them. I'm really happy how it turned out. I might color it in, I'm not sure, but I think I'll leave it like this because it looks cool, like a sketch. Definitely a big improvement from the first original tutorial drawing. You can see. Finally, we finished this drawing after around 3 days of drawing, around 3 hours a day. Finally finished this. So altogether, I'd say this one probably only took me 2 hours, maybe. I reckon 2 hours, or maybe 2.5, 3 tops. Anyway, I didn't touch the hair. I just made it a bit thick on the sides, but I didn't touch the hair. But the eyebrows, I rubbed out and retextured. The ears I fixed up a bit. And basically I'm a bit tired, so I could add a bit more shading, but I think we're gonna call it a day. I'm very proud of this drawing. I'll show you some footage of basically me comparing this with the other one and the initial drawing, which was really bad now that I think of it, and I thought it was decent. I might change it a tiny bit from now and then, because I might have a break, but this is the end product. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it encouraged you to do something like this, because it was actually quite fun, you know. And I was always decent at drawing, but I never, you know, knew any skill. So maybe this could be a new hobby of mine. You never know. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see you next video. So it's a few hours after I finished my final copy of the self-portrait, and basically I forgot that I had to reflect on it and basically give you some tips on what not to do, and some things that I learned on how to improve my self-portraits and just drawing things in general. So firstly, I just want to say, before you want to start, I think I already mentioned this, make sure you have a sharpened pencil, because you're going to be rubbing out a lot. And all the tutorials I watch around 3, they basically draw their base and then they draw it quite simply and then they rub it out, add texture. They keep doing that process. That's the process basically that you go through when drawing these type of drawings. And so make sure you have a sharp pencil, and because your lines have to be thin or it's got to be messy and you're going to be seeing the past lines, because you have to rub out each thing multiple times. Another thing that I'll do with self-portrait, just keep changing the shape of the head, because I have quite a wide face and for all the tutorials they do the standard face, so I had to keep editing everything. And so first things first, make sure you get your head shape and face shape right, because then you're going to have to rub out other things in order to make it look like yourself. At the end product, I'd say it looks quite similar to me, especially compared to, you know, the second copy and the first copy. By the way, with the first copy, it's not really a first copy because I sort of only spent 5 minutes doing it. The other ones I spent at least an hour, so that's why it's such a big difference. But still, I did improve a lot through this research task, if you want to call it that. But anyway, also some tips, by the way, to make the face stand out and, you know, just to give it that extra touch to make it look more realistic, is the eyes. Eyes are very important. So you can see in the final product, there's a lot of extra, you know, shading around the eyes, and there's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of darker rings and more texturized. Like with the pupil, I added, like, you know, the separate lines. For the hair, I didn't go as like specific with that. I just kept it simple. I didn't watch any tutorials. I saw one, but I didn't actually want to do it because I thought it wouldn't be much of a difference for the amount of time. But you can do that if you want. Anyway, that's got to sum up this video, and see you next time.